Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, time for the Monday motivation video. I am sitting here freezing because it's fall in New Jersey, so we start in the morning cold, and by the end of the day, for some reason, we're wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Anyway, shout out to my friends in Minnesota. I got my Minnesota sweatshirt on. How you guys doing? I asked you last week, what do you want me to talk about? I love it when you respond to that. I got a few responses. I'll pick one for today, obviously. And that was, I believe, from Diane about dealing with negative people at work. Probably a universal issue. And as we talk about mindset, and my entire focus in what we do is that we only have control over ourselves. We only have control over what we think and our attitude and the way that we control our thoughts and the way that we set our mind about to do something. So before we discuss anything about other people, we have to agree together that we have no control over anyone else. We only have control over the way we think. We only have control over our attitude and what we decide to do with that. So having said that, a lot of us have to work with negative people or people that are challenging to work with. If it hasn't happened to you yet in your career, it will happen. So what do? Well, first, not to be cute, but you need to be the change, as that saying goes. Remember something, we are in this life to make life better for other people. Our purpose, overarching purpose, is to make this world a better place. And not to get too touchy-feely about that, but if you come into a situation with the right attitude, if you come into the situation positive, saying life-affirming things, you will ultimately change an environment. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget the reason why you're put into situations. I believe the bigger reason is to affect change. So you can change the things around you simply by being yourself, being strong in your mind. But your expectation is not that they must change. Your expectation is not that they have to change, because then we get into wanting someone else to do something that makes us feel better, wanting to see someone else react in a certain way. None of that is helpful because we can't control it. So we recognize that we walk into a situation, an environment, and we bring with us positivity. We bring with us the right way to look at things. But first and foremost, we set an expectation that says, I can only control myself. We do not set an expectation hoping, wanting, wishing, demanding that someone else change, because that is not on you, that is on them. But first of all, think about the fact that you can bring into an environment that positivity. The way that you react to people, the way that you react specifically to that individual who's being negative, you don't want to engage in conversations about that negativity. Instead, I think it's really useful when something is said that is clearly negative, or an attitude is exhibited that is really a downer, is the way that you react to that, and the questions that you ask, and the statements that you make. You never directly address that negativity, because then you're asking to engage in a back and forth on whether or not that what they're saying is true, or whether or not the situation is as bad as they say it is. You can't win that battle. Instead, I think it's powerful, as is done in life coaching, is to help someone see something differently. You ask powerful questions. So if someone says, this client is just the worst client, I cannot believe that we have to work with them, and nothing I say matters, and they reject all of our new ideas, you're hearing all that negativity from a coworker. Instead of responding directly to that, you can instead ask a powerful question and say something like, what do you think their goal is to get out of this project? What do you think it is that would satisfy their needs? What do you think it is that they're looking for? Asking powerful questions about resetting the stage instead of focusing on the negativity and what's not working. So anytime you interact with someone like that, asking them powerful questions that points them to something positive without them realizing it directly is very effective. But you, in all of that, also have to set up your boundaries and know that it isn't for you to change them, right? It isn't for you to make sure that they become a positive person. But the more that you start to point to positive things in your environment, the more you start to be that emissary of things that are light instead of things that are dark, you'll find that you attract everyone to that way of thinking. You'll find that eventually that negative person will either start to come sort of your way, so to speak, or start to come to the lighter side of things. Or frankly, over time, that negative person eventually will leave because they're uncomfortable in that environment. So in terms of your tactics in dealing with them, it does matter a little bit whether they're a coworker or whether they work for you, because certainly there are performance issues and things that you as a boss can ask of someone. But when they're a coworker, you're not really in a position to say to them, hey, listen, you're not doing your job well, and I'm tired of your negative approach, and this is what we're going to do differently, because you're their coworker. So in that case, what you have to do is bring your mindset to the environment. What you have to do is a challenge for you to be even stronger in your mindset, so that when you walk into that situation, when you walk into that room, what comes with you is that positive mindset that says anything is possible. What comes with you is that positive mindset that says we're going to decide to look at this in a different way. And if you read my book, and I talk about envelope 1 and envelope 2, and if you haven't read that, this is a tease to go read it. This, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, is envelope 1 living. You need to exhibit that for other people. You need to model that for other people. And hey, if you get a chance to talk to that person, if they allow you to speak into their life, share the envelopes with them, because that in itself will take a negative person into a positive person pretty quickly if they want change, if they want good things in their life. Not everyone does. I know that's shocking, but some people are happier in their negativity. And that is beyond something that you can change. That is not for you to worry about. You need to think about what you're bringing to the environment first and foremost, and model for them what it is to live a positive life. So I hope that helps you a little bit. There is no secret sauce when it comes to negative people. It's really about you being stronger up here and you modeling what it is to have a good outlook on life. And then you'll start to see better results in your life, and they'll see that happening and they'll want what you have. I hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you online. Stay positive, stay in control of your mindset, and tell me what you think about this video. Talk to you soon.